Okay, Sunday was playoff day in the Majors division. Semifinal number 1 was the Yankees versus the Cardinals. Yankees waste very little time getting things starting. Ethan's on third base. Bradley up at bat. Gets it to drop in the outfield. That brings home Ethan. Yankees take a 1-0 lead in the bottom of the first. Next inning, James Stendel on third base for the Yankees. Ethan up at bat. Ethan drives them home. After 2 innings, the score is 4-1 Yankees. Things starting to look not so good for the Cardinals, but they are not the most resilient team in the division for no reason. They don't know the meaning of quit. Top of the third, they've got bases loaded. Bruce gets a nice hit to outfield. Drives home 1 run. Cardinals keep things going. Whalley, 11-year-old All-Star, Nikhil up at bat. Drives home another run. Yankees make a pitching change, but did not seem to make an immediate difference. Cardinals continue to pile on runs. 7-4 Cardinals now. Ronan was looking a little bit shaky at the starting until... Listen to what Coach Jason says. You need to lead us right now. I don't know if you caught that, but Coach Jason said, Ronan, you need to lead us right now. That's all he needed to hear, because then he closes out the inning, comes back the next inning with 3 straight strikeouts. With Ronan doing his thing on the mound for the Yankees, the comeback begins. Ethan at the plate. Boy, I tell you, Ethan had a great game up at the plate today. Gets this one to roll down the first baseline perfectly. Ends up in the outfield. Drives home 3 runs. Score now 7-6. Cardinals up by 1. They add 2 more to actually take the lead. 8-7. Last inning, 6th inning, Ronan facing off against the hitter, and strike 3, and the fist bump shows it all. He's happy with that. Yankees take semifinal number 1 in a hard-fought victory, resulting in an 8-7 win for the Yankees. So we go to semifinal number 2, the Mariners versus the Dodgers, with the Yankees awaiting for a showdown in the finals with the winner of this game. Now, the Mariners is the team that the Dodgers had the most trouble playing against in the regular season, assuming they would not have wanted to see them in the playoffs. Part of the reason is this guy on the mound, Blake, ends the first inning with the second inning. The floodgates open for the Mariners. Raymond up at bat. Gets a big hit to right field that rolls all the way to the fence. Raymond scores himself a triple. Same inning, Ashton comes up to bat. Gets another big hit to deep left field. By the time second inning was over, the Mariners were up 8-0. Dodgers trying their very best to mount some sort of a comeback, but Blake was just too stingy on the mound today and turned in a fine playoff performance and didn't give the Dodgers much of a chance. A little later in the game, Rye up to bat, gets a big hit to outfield. But Oscar makes a ridiculous diving MLB player style catch, which was probably the highlight of the game for the Dodgers. After 4 innings of Blake giving the Dodgers almost nothing, in comes the reliever supreme, Jake Booth, who does what he does best, which is closing games. This one ends 11-3 for the Mariners, setting up a Yankee-Mariners final. So we go to the final. So we lost the high def video for this game, so that's why the highlights are going to be grainier than usual. And then because of some pitching rule, the Yankees couldn't pitch who they wanted to pitch. So it was a little bit kind of strange. We didn't get to see the matchup everybody's hoping for. Nonetheless, Joey Young was on the mound for the Yankees. He was a starting pitcher. Did a fine job. The problem is the Mariners' bats have just been on fire. Perfect example of that is Arden, who as of late has just been an RBI machine. First inning, he's got Harwin on third. Hits it between the second and shortstop. Drives home Harwin. 1-0 Mariners after the first inning. On the other end of the spectrum, Yankees were facing the big Ashton on the mound. And Ashton, as usual, he was in fine form and not giving the Yankees any chance to get much momentum. Any chance the Yankees did get, their fielding was on point. There they get Ethan trying to steal the third for the out. After one inning, the score was 1-0 for the Mariners. We go to the top of the third. Mariners are up 4-0. Caden up at bat. Jake's on first base. Caden gets a nice hard hit to the outfield. That brings home Jake. Caden gets a triple. 5-0 for the Mariners at this point. James comes in to pitch for the Yankees in the fourth. Here he gets himself a clutch strikeout in a dangerous position with a runner on score. James did well. Only allowed one run, but it was too little too late because the Mariners, they didn't really stop hitting. There goes Arden. Another RBI. Makes it 6-0, and that would be the final score in this game. Every time the Yankees try to get something going, if it wasn't Ashton, it was the Mariners fielders. Here, Jake picks it up and makes a nice play over from third for the out. Here we are, bottom of the sixth. Ashton against Grady, gets a grounder. Ashton picks it up, and there you go. There are your champions for 2023 spring season, the Mariners. I know there was a whole pitching situation the Yankees had, but I don't know if it would have made a difference because you really got to hand it to Coach Robin and his staff. They really got this team to peak at the right time. Last 2 weeks, they've been the best hitting team in the league. Their fielding's been on point. All their pitchers have been pretty much flawless. They could not play much better. Hence, they are the champions. After the game, Jesse Walsh, who not only takes all the nice pictures you see up on our Facebook and website, she's also our Whalley media consultant, was out in the field for some post-game reaction from a couple of the players.
How do you feel like today went?
I got put in a tough situation with me pitching at the finals. It was really stressful. That's what I thought. We battled hard through the whole game, putting no runs up, but we tried our best to hit Ashton, but we just weren't able to do that.
Okay, so how do you feel like you're going to bounce back from this going into next season?
We're going to go undefeated. We're going to win every game. I'm hoping to have a really good season, get a bunch of hits.
Nice.
And yeah.
And that's going to be your last season next year?
Yeah.
As a Little League?
Yeah.
Nice. Woo! Okay, Bradley, how did you feel today's game went?
Well, we lost 6-0, but I didn't really think that the game reflected the outcome. We couldn't put any runs up on offense, and it showed.
Yeah, well, you guys played a really hard-fought game today, so what was your strategies going into the game?
To not get too overconfident, and when we're down to stay up. Well, I just gotta say the Mariners played really well. We battled through them the whole season, and Ashton pitched a really good game. We couldn't do anything about that.
How did it feel playing your last majors Little League game today?
It was pretty fun knowing that like I'm gonna have lots of the 12-year-olds back again next year, but with the juniors, and I think I made a lot of friends throughout the whole season. Like everyone knew that came to the league.
That's amazing. And where do you see yourself in the next 5 years? You see yourself playing over there in the next corner over there?
Hopefully, hopefully I do. I don't know. It depends how like it happens, and if I don't know.
Hi with Arden. Arden, how did it feel to get the big win today?
It feels good because last year we got mercied and we were able to flip it and put it together a 6-0 win for the finals.
And how does that make you feel?
Good.
Let's get some big cheers going. Woo! All right, so how did it feel doing the final pitch?
It felt pretty good to end my majors career or whatever in Little League. Striking out a guy. It was pretty nice pitching in the final, having 0 runs after 5 innings.
Oh, that's awesome, buddy. You did a great job. Did you have any strategies going against the Yankees today?
Not really. It was just I was worried about Ben and Ronan. They're two
Big hitters? Yeah. So it higher for them, or did you try different strategies?
I just put a bit more effort into it.
Yeah.
I threw a bit harder.
Nice. Well, obviously what you did, obviously, like look at the score. Well, the scoreboard got cleared out, but it was 6-0. So like, congratulations. That's awesome. You guys did an outstanding job.
Gotta like that. That's a great group of kids. That's a wrap for me. Thanks for watching. Had a lot of fun in spring 2023. I'll see you next year if I don't get fired.